Well, hey there, Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley live with you right now. The time currently is 6:30 as we work our way through this Monday. And it has been a Monday. It's looked like it. It's felt like it. You've seen the dreary conditions and a good amount of rain, too. We've had this weather impact alert for you for several days now, and you can kind of see why. It's just been that washout style weather. Nothing dangerous about today overall, mainly the threat of hydroplaning on some of the roadways, but mostly just inconvenient style weather. And that's something that we're going to continue to watch through Tuesday. While our rain will get fewer and far between, bigger gaps in between those showers, we'll have the opportunity of a couple thunderstorms on Tuesday afternoon. And I tend to think that a couple of them might spin around a little bit. So there's at least a low end tornado threat that we'll be tracking for you get into Tuesday afternoon and evening. But this is kind of the day the weather has been and given us so far. What I'm going to do here is kind of give you a time lapse of the last several hours. So we can take a look at all Greensboro, High Point, Burlington, and Winston-Salem all at once. This starts at about 2:30 this afternoon, and going forward from there, just look at the clouds kind of moving through the sky. Very low topped clouds too, with all that humidity in place right now. You have the cloud very close to the ground, and right now it appears certainly the heaviest rain that's happening is in Winston-Salem of all the cities that we just looked at. Rain totals have varied so much today from spot to spot. In fact, it's almost hard to believe. You look at some of these numbers, very low totals from Burlington to Greensboro, Reedsville, suspiciously low. That might be a little bit of an error up there. But closing in on an inch, Siler City, Asheboro as well, Lexington too, just now evenly at 1 inch of rainfall. Winston-Salem at about 1.25 inches so far, and Mount Airy, well, looks to be a little bit more up that way as well. Either way, all of us have had a good soaking rainfall. We need it. We've been in a drought condition for the better part of the last couple of months. You've heard us report on the wildfires that have been going on at times in western North Carolina, while ago, not so much anymore, more recently in the coastal areas. So it just depends on where you are, but a lot of us have been dealing with dry conditions at the start of our springtime. What I want to do now, show you the radar, of course, and then kind of go county by county on a zoomed in view to show you what we're looking at right now. On the wide view first, you're noticing, yes, we have some banding, those occasional heavier bursts that could put down more rain in your area. But we also have bigger dry spots developing too. Take a look, for example, from Charlotte all the way to Mocksville up to Statesville, Concord as well, and places like Salisbury. There's not much rain there right now. So that's kind of the trend that we'll follow going into tonight and again into tomorrow. Bigger gaps, even breaks of sunshine possible heading into Tuesday. Here's a live look at Guilford County. Heavier stuff from Summerfield to Oak Ridge, Colfax as well, and over toward PTI Airport. A little bit of a baby gap here in Greensboro, in the downtown area of sorts. Northeast as well, not all that much rain for you, but it is pretty steady in the southern part of Guilford County. Burlington, some light rain, same over to Graham and Mebane as well. Nothing all that heavy at the moment. Farther north we go, just some steady rainfall across Yanceyville and up to Danville as well. Pelham, you're in a bit of a gap in the action as well. To Reedsville we go, and parts of Rockingham County. Oops, I guess I skipped over you. We'll go back to Reedsville just for a second. It's pretty dry on your side of the county, Reedsville, Eden too. But notice this same band that's pushing through Guilford, that's also headed your way. So it's kind of moving in right now toward the Bethany community, also up toward Stoneville, Madison, Mayodan. You're getting some of that steadier rainfall, as is Stokes County too. Now in the eastern part of North Carolina, this is kind of what I'm looking at toward tomorrow. These thunderstorms occasionally have been rotating a little bit. They've had 2 tornado warnings by my count over the last couple of hours. Haven't confirmed any damage from that or anything, but something we will want to keep an eye on for tomorrow, especially once you get more sunshine in the equation. Forsyth County is totally blanketed by rain. Remember, we saw it on the sky camera over there. This is some pretty steady stuff, especially when you have the yellows and oranges mixed in. Farther south, there's the dry weather now from Montgomery County over toward Concord and Charlotte too. Still though, coming down very heavily from Pinehurst and up into parts of Randolph County near Star and Seagrove and Asheboro, Coleridge as well. You're getting more of that heavier style rain. Right now, we're not included in the severe weather risk, which means we're not really worried all that much about thunderstorms through this evening. But for tomorrow, that could change for our area. I kind of expect that they'll add us into a level 1 risk heading in toward tomorrow. Live look at Greensboro. It's just kind of gloomy at the moment. We have a good amount of cloud cover out there and some showers moving in from time to time as well. The current temperature is sitting at about 67 degrees right now, so it's kind of been that way for several hours. One thing I like to look at on days where we're tracking heavy rainfall is this. It's a camera we have and have access to one of our local flood gauges. This is right along Buffalo Creek, and you can see the roadway there. This is Merritt Drive right near I-40 in Greensboro. We can also time-lapse this and look over the course of several hours at how the creek level has kind of come and go throughout the day. And it does fluctuate a lot when you're dealing with downpour type weather. Right now, this is going back to noon. You can see mostly holding steady here, not a ton of fluctuation, but it's actually been going down in level over the last couple of hours. It was higher than that a little while ago earlier this afternoon. Let's leave this on screen for a couple of seconds here and kind of look at what's going on in Winston-Salem. This is sort of that pelting downpour type rain, and it didn't look all that heavy on radar, mostly a yellow to orange presentation, but it's coming down pretty good, makes for a bit of a slow drive, and this is kind of what can get you in trouble with some of that hydroplaning or ponding of water on our area roadways. So that's what we're seeing right now in parts of Forsyth County, and it's just going to continue to come down for the better part of the next 45 minutes or so. So an evening shower, to say the least. Temperatures are in the 60s over there in Winston-Salem. Look at the difference. You go from that shot to this one. This is High Point, where it's really not coming down quite as much at all currently in that part of Guilford County. We still have the clouds for sure. We've got the puddles on the road, but not as heavy of rainfall over in High Point. Burlington, same idea for you, very similar, just some light on and off rainfall, not going to hurt you. Everything is all fine. Danville, Virginia, we've seen the rain coming down there pretty good earlier. Now a bit of a break in the action too. Let's look at the wide view once more across all of the Carolinas now, from north to south into Georgia too. This is some of my concern going into tomorrow. We talked about how we will have some breaks in the action and some sunshine developing. I think this is what we could be facing heading into tomorrow. You see these scattered thunderstorms, a couple of these popping some warnings on them. That's headed our way. It won't really be here overnight tonight, but during the day tomorrow, with that sun coming down at us, we could bubble up some of those showers and thunderstorms. And if they're out on their own like that, a couple of them could spin around a little bit. You can see where the energy is coming from with this system. We show the water vapor loop sometimes to give you an idea of how the moisture is moving through the atmosphere, and swirling motion too can be seen on this wider view loop here with scattered on again off again showers and storms popping up even in the dry air of this system. You know, so far we've been on the wet side. All that moisture connects down through the Atlantic and down to the Caribbean as well. Places like Cuba is where our area is coming from right now. But on the backside, there's that dry air wrapping in. That's why for tomorrow, we're going to see bigger gaps in the rainfall, and it won't be quite as steady as it has been for the course of the day today. Take a live look at Futurecast here. Scattered on again, off again showers are still possible. Note the time here. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. By that point, we will already be in a drier position than we were for today. So at that point, I actually think we'll have some sunshine that breaks out. Now, by the afternoon, there come those pop-up showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two. You see that kind of idea from Futurecast. That doesn't have to be there. That's just a computer model. It could just as easily be here. So let's be alert through dinner time tomorrow or so. Then things will calm down a little bit tomorrow night. And for Wednesday, mostly dry in the morning, but some pop-up showers are likely again for Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. This is the same data, just a closer view, including temperatures here for you. Notice this evening, on again, off again downpours are with us. That'll continue while you're sleeping tonight. And then tomorrow, there's the morning time. Notice the sun coming out a little bit. It's a little bit warmer. We're in the 70s already by the early morning. That's warmer than we were at any point throughout the day today. And then there you have it, a couple showers and storms popping up toward the end of the action on Tuesday. So it's not a washout, not by any means, but there is that potential for some downpour style rain heading into tomorrow. Low pressure is really slowly moving across the south. I mean, we were talking about this late last week, and here we are on Monday, and we're still talking about it slowly moving across the Carolinas. So tomorrow will be another day with that low pinwheeling around our area, and an occasional shower or downpour or thunderstorm will be likely. Then on Wednesday, it just goes a little bit farther off to the north, and we will see more dry air mixing in, but still a couple scattered showers are likely for the middle of the week. I do want to call attention to something. You see way over here, these are some good heat signatures developing in the middle of the country. It's getting quite hot across the plains, Texas, and the south by the middle of the week. That'll be heading our way by Thursday and into Friday. We'll be pretty dry for Thursday. I only have about a 20% rain chance there. By Friday afternoon and evening, very hot weather and a couple summertime thunderstorms that could pack a bit of a punch. They could pop up heading in toward Friday evening and again for Saturday evening. So at least a 30% chance of a thunderstorm for those days, Friday and Saturday. Looking ahead to the weekend, Sunday looks like the pick. If you had to pick between Saturday and Sunday, I'd pick Sunday. And that's good news. Wilkesboro has the race out there this weekend, the All-Star race, and that should be a dry one this time around. Rain totals, well, additional to whatever has fallen so far in your area, I'd expect anywhere from an inch to maybe a little bit more for the rest of the week. Not all that much. I'm not worried all that badly about flooding either. It's mostly just going to be an on again, off again rain concern. Tomorrow, there's your rain potential. The worst of it is into Virginia at that point and eastern North Carolina. For us, scattered rain showers and a couple downpours and an afternoon thunderstorm. On Wednesday, dry for the morning, but by the afternoon, keep an eye to the sky. On again, off again, rain showers will be with us. On Thursday, mostly dry. I wouldn't worry all that much. And then Friday, can't rule out a late day shower or thunderstorm popping up as we go throughout the evening. Now for tonight, our temperature forecast is in the 60s as we have been. Rounds of rainfall, they are pretty likely. We've already seen several of those. And then going into tomorrow, rain is likely, but not as much as what we've had for today. Temperatures will be in the mid 70s for tomorrow. And again, there's sunshine. So have the rain gear with you, but also have the sunglasses. I think you'll need them for your Tuesday. We are going to keep our weather alert. We've already had it there for a couple of days, but just know it's mostly for inconvenient factor. It's not going to rain all the time for tomorrow. And that concern that's additional for tomorrow compared to today would be that risk of a brief thunderstorm or two for tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, our radar will stay fairly busy over the next couple of hours as we continue to track some downpours and rain moving in from the south on again and off again. I expect the wettest time to be overnight tonight, and then tomorrow is drying out a little bit compared to how it's been. Right now, the radar is filling in those gaps already in parts of Guilford County, so we're adding to our rain totals pretty nicely across downtown Greensboro. Alamance County, you're still kind of on the outside looking in right now, and similarly up to the north. So most of us are just getting scattered rain showers at this point. The heaviest rain in our area at the moment is from Forsyth County and up towards Surrey County too. That's kind of the way we see things happening at this time. Looking at Futurecast, all of this is happening because of low pressure moving through our area. There's just not that much of a way to kick this thing out of here all that easily. It's really just taking its time, and that's the way it's going to be. Let's show you the 7-day forecast. So what we're looking at here, heading in toward tomorrow, temperatures will be warmer than they were for today, and we have some sunshine. So that's a bit of a change. Some downpours mixing in with some sunshine, and possible to find a strong thunderstorm for the afternoon. Then we go to Wednesday. It's very similar to tomorrow. The morning will be dry, but by the middle of the day and into the afternoon, showers and a thunderstorm could pop up from time to time. We're in the 70s. Looking ahead toward Thursday, dry weather and temperatures warming up. Mid 80s are coming back to us. And for Friday, it's possible that it could be the hottest day of the year so far. I'm forecasting a high of 88. So far, the hottest we've been this season, 87. We did it twice back at the beginning of the month of April. Right now, Saturday does have a storm chance, mid-80s there, but Sunday doesn't. It should be a nice dry way to finish up the weekend, which is good news for the All-Star race in North Wilkesboro. Now, coming up next, you'll want to stay tuned here on WFMY Plus. What you're going to be seeing is a hurricane season special that our weather team has been working on pretty hard behind the scenes. You're going to get all the info about what we're expecting this year and just learn a lot about how storms impact the Carolinas in any given year. We hope you'll watch.